hard to imagine that there was once a major Roman fort on this site. Well, good morning. It's another beautiful day in Dorset and it's already really warm, and we're out on another walk, as you can see. It's going to be a shorter walk, but I'll explain that as we walk. There's a number of reasons for that, but we've started the walk from a place called Lake, or I think it's Lake Farm. One time it was the Lake Farm Roman Fort. Now it is a busy intersection of A roads, as you could see. Anyway, we had just started from there and we're heading off cross country, and I will tell you more about the walk as we go and more about why this is a shorter walk. But anyway, it's a lovely day and it is a lovely walk. And not only that, but you can get a cup of tea in the middle of it. Now, the only thing I can't remember is whether I've filmed this before. If I have, I apologise because I'm repeating myself, but I am of the age that I can't actually remember what I did yesterday. So if I filmed this last year, I've probably forgotten. Anyway, we'll crack on and I'll tell you more as we go, but I hope you're going to join me, because this is a lovely walk. So let's go. And we straight away come across one of the things which I really love, which is this old tree here. I've been walking past this tree seemingly all my life. I don't know. It's a lovely old tree. It lost a limb, and you can see it's still there. He lost a limb, was it last year or the year before, in the winds? So I felt quite sorry for him. But yes, we started the walk from Lake Farm roundabout. And we are currently heading across, oh by the way, Lake Farm roundabout, I forgot to say, and the Roman fort is near Wimborne. I've got to say that. Got to cross the bridge. So, oh, while we're crossing the bridge, in the woods here, near where we started, there is a mill, or well, I don't know what there's left of it because it's on private ground. But there was a mill, and this is the leat which fed that mill, which is a spur taken off of the Stour, River Stour, and we'll be joining River Stour in a minute. But this is now, as you can see, dried out, unsurprisingly really. So yes, Lake Fort was, in fact it's thought to have been 2 Roman forts. There was an initial Roman fort there apparently, so they think, which and I've forgotten what they call it, but I think what it means, it was a kind of overnight stopping place for Roman legionaries en route. But that, I think, became extended during the Roman conquest to turn it into a full-blown, substantial Roman fort. I don't know that there's any remains. I think they have done some archaeological surveys, but there's nothing that you can actually see in terms of remains of the fort. And so we're starting really with a Roman theme, because we are currently following a Roman road, and it was a Roman road that leads, unsurprisingly, to Badbury Rings, which is of course a substantial hill fort. That's ahead of us, and the other end would have gone down to Poole, or more accurately Hamworthy, which is part of Poole, and therefore to the sea. So yes, it's a Roman start. So the route we're taking will take us across these water meadows to the River Stour. We will cross the River Stour. We will then do a loop which will take in Pamphill, and also walk along the banks of the Stour on the way back. So it's Pamphill, then Cowgrove, and then back along the banks of the Stour to pick up these water meadows again. So we will start and finish by walking across these meadows. And it's it's a shorter walk. It is a lovely walk, and one of the benefits of this walk, should you choose to do it, is you can actually get a cup of tea at the halfway point, should you wish, because Pamphill Parlour has quite a big tea rooms, and you can sit outside or whatever. So yeah, that's a benefit to doing this walk. And it's a mixed terrain walk. Certainly there's some woodlands which will be very pleasant, because it's already hot, so walking through woodlands will be welcome, I think. So the Roman road actually stretches straight on ahead of us. We won't follow the Roman road all the way, because the crossing point of the River Stour, were you able to go straight on, you get wet feet, because there's no bridge or anything there. But there is a crossing point. In fact, I think it's known as Roman Crossing, I believe. Whether there was some kind of causeway, or whether it was a paddling kind of crossing, I'm not sure. So that would continue straight ahead. It's not technically a public footpath anyway. So we are going to head off to the right. Oh, I can squeeze through this stile without it falling over. And I'll be sharing the route with cows. I can see them already. And yes, if you choose to do this walk, know that in the winter, in the wet times, these meadows get quite squelchy. So be prepared. Absolutely dry as a bone at the moment, of course. So Pamphill is actually straight ahead of me. You can actually see the initial cottages on the hill up there, but if I swivel round, you can see Wimborne is over there. It's a new estate that's just been built along the banks of the River Stour. Some quite nice, expensive houses. And actually there's a connection with my last video if you watched it. My last video, which was walking around Arn Nature Reserve. We got up close and personal with some of the islands of Poole Harbour, one of which was Long Island, which was bought by, I think it's Dave Wyatt, is it? Of Wyatt Homes. And it's Wyatt Homes that have built the substantial estate across there. So why a shorter walk today? Well, the first thing is obviously the heat. We are in a heat wave, and it's going to be extremely hot, so I've tried to get out a bit early before the full heat of the day to do a shorter walk. But main reason is that I have been unwell for quite a long time. It seems like forever. And I'm not a good patient really, because I want to get outside, especially in this weather. Anyway, I came back from a family holiday in May with tonsillitis, which dragged on for a while, something I've always suffered from. In fact, I'm surprised I've still got tonsils, because I used to suffer from it as a kid, and back then they used to take them out. Anyway, I thought I was getting over that when I went down with a virus of some sort. Don't know if it was COVID or what, but it wiped me out. That was another couple of weeks gone, and then just when I'm thinking I'm feeling a bit better, I can get out and about, I woke up one morning dizzy. And so for the last 2 weeks I've been suffering from dizziness or vertigo, which apparently the doctor thinks is either an inner ear infection, or it is something called, is it BPPV, something where the crystals escape from where they're meant to be inside the ear and they get out into the channels or something, and it throws you out. So I was unable to get out walking then for a spell. It's not actually affected my YouTube channel, because as it happens I had a backlog of editing to do, so I've been able to post every Sunday from my backlog. And I suppose one good thing about it is I've cleared the backlog now. I'm bang up to date. In fact, I've got nothing to post at the moment, apart from, well, this one. So yeah, it's not been a good time, but I think I am on the mend. And this is a bit of a test really, to see whether I'm actually able to do this will be something like a 5-mile walk. Don't think it'll be much more than that, but it's a test to see how I cope with that. But so far so good. And it's good to be filming again after, what was it, mid-May? It's now I think the 10th of July, so best part of 2 months since I was able to do a proper walk and film, so it's good to be out. And we've already reached Eye Bridge, a crossing point of the River Stour. So as you could see, Eye Bridge is a bit of a playground. It's usually very busy. I'm surprised it's that busy this morning actually, because it's not school holidays. Actually gets its name, it's a weird name, Eye Bridge, but it gets its name because there was at one time an island in the middle, and hence it gets the name Eye. But this is a stour a bit further down. There is a weir there as well, which I wanted to film, but I can't actually get to it at the moment. Hopefully on the way back I might be able to do that. So just got to come out onto the road for a second. I can get through this squeeze style. And we just cross this road because we're going to go off-road the other side. This is one of my cycling routes, this road. Usually very quiet and very cyclable. Is that a word? Squeeze styles. I suppose they're easier than the up and over styles, but can be difficult, especially if you're backpacking. Ah yes, and talking about backpacking, that is another reason why I wanted to come out for a walk today, and that is because some time ago, it goes back I think several months, I booked a backpacking trip. And the backpacking trip is next week. Well, that's the first. The camera shut down on me without warning because it's too hot. And I know GoPros and other cameras can suffer from that when they overheat. But it's the first time I've had it. Anyway, where was I? Yes, I booked a backpack several months ago. I booked a backpack and it's next week. And I kind of needed to come out and test whether I'm actually going to be able to do a multi-day hike. Again, so far so good, but it is only a short walk. Hey ho, it's life, innit? All makes it interesting. I think I better do short clips of video today, and then it won't burn up on me. This is better. We're in the woods. I thought I'd be the one that was getting hot, not my camera. This is a lovely path. We're heading up towards Pamphill. Oh, we've got more squeeze styles, of course. So my backpack that I'm planning is actually a week-long backpack. And it's not in Dorset, so it starts middle of next week into the middle of the week after. I'm not going to say any more about it than that. Hopefully I'll be videoing it, so I'll put those videos out at some point in the future, but because I'm away and that sort of thing, it may be that I won't be putting out many videos over the coming weeks because I don't have any shot ready to edit. So watch this space. It will go out as soon as I'm able, assuming everything works out right and I can go. So I think what actually happened back there is that I accidentally left the camera running while I was walking, so I think I've probably got about a quarter of an hour of footage of the ground beneath me. And the reason I think that is because I just had to change the battery, and I shouldn't have had to. Hey ho, find out when I get into the computer at home. Oh dear, it's getting bad when you forget to switch the camera off and when you've finished filming a chunk. As you can see, this is a lovely path to walk. I can recommend this walk. A lot of this is National Trust land, by the way. It's all part of the Kingston Lacy estate. I just love these dappled footpaths, dappled light coming in through the woods. I just think it's magical. And I love backlit leaves as well. I never resist photographing them. And as you can tell by the boardwalk, it's an area that gets quite boggy. More cows. It is dairy land as well, so if you're not keen on cows, maybe don't come this way. Having said that, they're friendly. And so we've reached Pamphill. It's an ancient area, so it's all part of the Kingston Lacy estate, and there used to be a fair held on these grounds way back. It's now a cricket pitch, or across the road is a cricket pitch with a thatched cricket pavilion. I'm not actually going that way, but I might just go and have a quick peep. But it is known also for its avenue. Which went right the way down there to the church, which is in the distance. But let's just go across here for a moment. So this is the cricket pitch, and across the other side you can see the thatched cricket pavilion. Shame about the power lines, I always think. They just spoil the view in my eyes. I was very sad to see that tree go. That blew down. Again, I think it was probably, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago. Very sad to see that. But yes, there is also a Pamphill Manor, which is across behind the trees, which was part of the Kingston Lacy estate, and I think it was occupied by, I can't remember what his title was, but I think it was a fairly high up member of the household. Can't remember. So we'll walk down the avenue. I could sing the song, but I won't. Or does that date me too much? I don't expect anybody remembers. We'll walk down the avenue because we haven't got a bike or something along those lines. So that's the lovely Pamphill Avenue. Poor relation, it has to be said, to Kingston Lacy's other avenue, of course. And it seems a bit busy today for some reason. So I thought I would follow with my tradition by taking a detour. I thought we'd come and have a look at the church. This is St. Stephen's Church. I don't think we'll be able to get in it. I think it's only open when there's services on, which means probably Sunday afternoons according to the sign. So I doubt we'll be able to get in it. But it's worth coming and having a look anyway. It's a lovely church. It's not actually old. There was a church here dating back to medieval times, but it fell into disrepair, and this church was built in its place in the early 1900s. And again, it's part of the bank's estate at Kingston Lacy, but we can probably have a wander around the outside. Well, as expected, the church is locked, so we can't get inside. Never mind. So I thought we'd have a little walk through the woods behind the church before we head back onto our main route again. So this way would lead us to Kingston Lacy House, the main seat of the bank's family, now National Trust of course, but we're not going to walk that far. I'm just going to do a little loop because these woods are very pleasant to walk through, I put it that way. Beautiful light coming through there, and that amazing spring, well it's not spring is it, summer greens. Absolutely delightful. More lovely light. So if you wanted to get a cup of tea halfway around this route, that's where you would get it, over there. Pamphill Parlour, which is a farm, or was a farm. Don't know if it still is. So there's people over there already sat outside, probably having an early lunch. And it is a lovely spot, it's to be said. So aside from the tea rooms, there's a shop, a kind of food shop. There's a material shop as well, isn't there? Another animal food shop. Can't remember, there's one or two bits and pieces over there. Ice cream place, I think. And yeah, a few bits. That's an interesting place to come and have a look round, and it is very popular. Understandably, I suppose. Anyway, I'm not going to stop for a cup of tea. I'm going to keep walking. And head back to our main route. So we're back on the main route now. Just got to walk down the road a short way. This is actually called Abbott Street. And further on down here, we won't pass it, but further on down here there is an old forge which still operates, I believe. So we're off road again. And we're about to enter a very ancient route, ancient footpath down here. And it's another beautiful dappled light footpath. But this path goes by the name of All Fools Lane, which is a kind of strange name, All Fools Lane. But it actually apparently used to be All Souls Lane, which probably makes more sense. And it's thought that somebody transcribing the name accidentally put an F in place of the S, and it's been known since then as All Fools Lane. Funny, isn't it? A little misspelling, a little bit of human error changed the name of this route, and it's a really ancient route as well. Apparently it was a part of a network of paths that stretched from Dorchester to Salisbury. And one of the things it's known for, very well known for, is this bluebell woods, which are over there. So were it spring, we could go across there, walk through those lovely bluebell woods and come out down the bottom. I'm not going to walk that way today because there won't be any bluebells in July. There was a time when you could actually walk all the way around the bluebells on all sorts of paths, but they've actually stopped that. They've actually fenced off the main woods, you can go across the little field and into the woods, and then along the edge of the woods looking at bluebells obviously, and then come back out again. And I think the reason they gave for restricting access to the woods was a health and safety one. I believe at the time they said some of the trees were kind of a bit dodgy, so don't know, you never know with these things whether that's a genuine reason or a manufactured one. I don't know. It's very popular, bluebell woods anyway, so I don't usually come here. I prefer to have bluebell woods that are a bit less known. But as you can see already, this is a Holloway. We've already sunken below ground level, which is of course testament to its age, because as you'll know if you've watched my other videos, Holloways are worn away paths, worn away by centuries of feet, hooves, cartwheels that gradually erode the surface on soft sandstone usually, and then the rain comes. This one forms a natural river when the rain comes, so that washes all the crumpled up dust and grit away, and then of course the process starts again. More hooves and wheels and feet break up the surface again, which then gets washed away, and gradually over the centuries it sinks to below ground level. And I love these places because you can kind of almost feel the history as you walk down them. It's kind of, there's a sense of mystery around these kind of Holloways, especially the ones in West Dorset, which you'll know I've filmed. Hell Lane and Shoots Lane, amazing Holloways.
There's a road, take me there. There's a road, take me there. Sunken rain can't resist under
dark tunnel formed by the trees arching above us. Just imagine who's walked down here over the centuries when the path was kind of up that level. Intriguing and mysterious.
There's a road, take me there. There's a road, take me there. There's a road, take me there.
Now we've reached the bottom of All Fools Lane. I always think that must be a nice place to live. I think that's probably owned by the National Trust, because they have a tradition, I think, of painting their houses with that kind of maroon wine coloured paint, is it? I don't know, I might be wrong. I think this is another lovely tree as well up here, the willow. As of course is the cottage, lovely thatched cottage. So this is actually Cow Grove now. I'm about to come out onto the road again just to cross over and head back towards the Stour. So this is Cow Grove with a little tiny pond which had ducks on it. I don't know if there's much water in it by the looks at the moment. Seems to have dried out a fair bit. But yeah, Cow Grove is just a hamlet with a few cottages and a farm. I think the farm is called Poplar Farm, I believe. I wonder why. Morning. Nice road to cycle, but we're just crossing it. Well, that's a lovely field margin. So this is another footpath that I'm grateful for because we got some tree cover, as we will do for a while, which is really appreciated on a hot day like today. It's hot and energy sapping. Also means I can walk down the main track, because normally this is boggy, really boggy along here. So there's another footpath up on the bank. Now we've already gone past one ancient tree right at the start of the walk. There's another one here. I love this tree. It is absolutely phenomenal. A real old stager. And it's actually got a name. It's actually known as the Waterman Oak. How old do you reckon? He is ancient. And he's a bit worse for wear, because people have lit fires up there before. Oh, I don't think I can get the camera up high enough. He's hollow. But still alive and still thriving. I mean, he is ancient. He's even more ancient than I am. And that's saying something. And I love that tree. This is a bit sad, isn't it? One there gone over. Oh, there's one there gone over. And there's one there gone over. 3 in a row. That's always sad to see, I think. Lovely old trees. Reach the end of their lives. This is something else I like as well. I like this gate. He has seen better days, but he's still standing. A lesson in there for us. But we're nearly back at the Stour now. Good place for slows. The right time of year. And here we are on the banks of the Stour again. Wow, look at those reflections. That's like a blooming mirror. Looks like it's raining down there. But I think it's flies. Well, I hope. Some got a waterproof. Yeah, it's flies. Millions of them. How awesome is that? As you can see here, the River Stour gets very shallow in places. Certainly at the moment, with the lack of rain we've had. I've actually kayaked up the Stour, but every now and again you come across a bit like this where you have to kind of step out and walk and drag your kayak behind you. Surprisingly, the water looks fairly clear, doesn't it? And you would think at this time of the year it would probably be a little murky. I'm still not sure I would want to swim in it though, as the people were earlier on when we crossed the River Eye Bridge. I don't think I would want to go in there. I don't know. I think one of the problems is that along the route there are these watering parts for cattle, where the fence goes out into the river. There's probably a name for it, isn't it? I've forgotten what they're called. So that the cows can go into the river and drink. And of course they will do other things as well. There's a little egret out there in the middle of the water. Looking for his lunch, I suspect. More lovely reflections. There's actually quite a lot of shrubbery along the river bank, but you've got these gaps every now and again where you can catch sight of the river. And a bit of erosion as well here, so they've fenced it off. Another little egret looking for his lunch. And we are back at Eye Bridge again. Well, that's the nearest I can get to the weir. You can just see it. Used to be able to get a bit further along here, but it's completely overgrown or fenced off, I think, probably both. But there is a crossing here still. The farm vehicles come through here. It's very shallow above the weir, so the farm vehicles come across here. Don't think you'd want to do it with a car. Well, not mine anyway. Well, I found a slightly better viewpoint for the weir. So we're back on the meadows again. High bridge is behind me. I'm heading back across towards the car. And this is a bad spot. Bad spot in winter when it's been wet, because it gets, it's like a lake, pond, like a pond in there. You've got to try and find your way round it. But of course, these water meadows have been known to obviously flood completely, with the river completely breaking its banks. And you can see how wet this normally gets, because they provide these nice little bridges to get over the, well, stream. I suppose it's a stream. In fact, it's probably the, I think it's probably the Leat, is it? The other end of the Leat, because the mill is in the woods ahead. Big steps though, you've got to have long legs to get up onto this. Oh, I think I might make use of the bridge. Take the weight off my feet for 2 minutes. In fact, I think I might end the video here while I'm sat on the seat. About 5.5 miles in so far, so I think by the time I get back to the beginning it'll be a 6-mile walk. And although that's a short walk generally for me, that in the circumstances I am very pleased with. I'm not carrying weight, admittedly, but that's good. That means my backpack hopefully next week should be good to go, because that means I'm on the way out of this pit of illness. Anyway, it's been a great day. I've really enjoyed my walk today, even though it's really hot. It's been a lovely walk, and I always enjoy this anyway. There's a lot to see and lovely scenery and mixed scenery, and I'm particularly grateful for the trees and the woodlands. Anyway, it's been an awesome day, but I'm going to just head off back to the car now. So thanks so much for coming with me. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've absolutely loved it. But for now, this is me, the Dorset Rambler, saying until next time.